Hello my brothers and sisters, and welcome to another episode of Ebola 2.0 Story Time. I am your host, Tis, and today we are going to hear the story, The Legend of Akae Livid. Enjoy!
Once upon a time, not so long ago, in a vast place covered in darkness, underneath toxic Uganda, lies an erotic ancient land, surrounded by hellfire, once ruled by a strong couple. They united their sexual powers to summon an undead Ebola Knuckles army to fight against the non-believers of the way. The two sustained the land with their sexual powers for centuries. The Deval of Desire and his lady, the Queen of Lust, brought sex rituals to the battlefield, making their enemies lose sight and souls during the fight. Enemies couldn't handle forever, as the two never lost a battle together. They took each squeaker of their enemies, making their sex slaves for the rest of their miserable lives. As the time passed, they felt tired of the fighting. Now, instead of using their powers at war, Baba Kumbe ordered them to think about the future of hell in Uganda. So the couple come up with the idea of making a newborn. They made sex for 666 hours of pure pleasure. They did it inside the chamber of pleasure that was built in the heart of hell. They said that the bed was made by Chakalaka's blood. The undead Knuckles army waited outside the chamber, chanting the way to show devotion to the couple. After 69 days, the child was about to born. In order to make it, the one must complete the ritual of the Deval. It was not made in hell. They wanted a son, so they needed to sacrifice women to succeed at the birth. The couple went to an Uganda hospital. The Deval of Desire waited outside the room and used his power of hypnosis to control the place at his will, and the Queen of Lust asked for 5 nurses to support her. In 69 seconds, the nurses showed up and said, "Why 5? Only 1 is enough." The queen's eyes were burning in hellfire. As the room went dark, she said, "Do not defy the power of the Deval." The nurses were terrified, but decided to help. Not for too long, but long indeed. "We saw it rising from inside," said one of the nurses. "Careful with his big black machete," the queen screamed. The nurses touched something so big and sharp, and it kept growing as they started to mow and kiss and lick each other. They would not control their bodies anymore. When they turned their faces to see, his eyes were closed. The father entered the room and took the mother on his arms and whispered to the newborn child, "Your time has come," and the parents left the room. The newborn opened his eyes and saw the nurses and said, "I will show you the way of the Deval." The nurses were inhumanly fucked in many impossible ways and sacrificed. Then he resurrected them, and they came alive once again. He needed a name. The father loved guns, firepower, and the first name was based on his favorite gun, AK-47, and he said, Akae! For his last name, the mother said that he will always remain our little Deval. She created a nickname, Deval. She chose that word, but wrote in a different way, hiding it like a secret. So the parents wrote in blood, Akae Livid. It is done, it is done, said the parents, while the entire hospital, in their control, were chanting the way. The parents were smiling in rapeness. Later on, the nurses became his personal sex slaves, and they were very loyal. Akae Livid blessed them with the power of pussy eating, and they were transformed into succubus. The hospital became hospital. The first Uganda hospital with hoes as employees. All of them are submissive females. With the desire and lust rushing inside his veins, the combination of those sexual powers gave birth to the pleasure. The Deval of pleasure, the successor of an ancient couple of legendary sexual Deval knuckles. Thanks for watching, Mother Chokers. And for the ladies, there's much more to come.